Watch the time, 121.07. Hi, Terrell Frenson. No!
Talking about shit in Formula 1 that nobody likes, it's in a nutshell!
If there's something that F1 in a nutshell is always on top of, it's being completely relevant to today's topics in Formula 1. And since everyone who has been writing back to me on the series has given me a lot of great feedback and criticism, I've wanted to give back in a way that might benefit the largest amount of fans. Because you deserve it. On the basis of large amount of fan requests, this episode will be about Robert Kubica, a fan favourite for all the right and wrong reasons. Robert's love of cars and racing began when he was 4 when his dad bought him a small off-road vehicle. He started karting not long after, and in 2000 he started his career in junior Formula. He started as a test driver for Formula Renault in 2000, and in 2002 he came in second in the 2002 Italian Formula Renault series. Gosh, that was a mouthful. In 2005 he won the World Series by Renault Championship, which earned him a test with Renault. The more things change, the more things stay the same. In 2006, he became the reserve driver for BMW Sauber and made his debut at the Hungarian Grand Prix when Jacques Villeneuve was put aside for health reasons, even getting a podium in the Italian Grand Prix. If you ever want good things to happen to you, remove all mementos of Jacques Villeneuve in your life. I like to think that one of the people watching this video has the album in physical form that he put out like a decade ago. I know at least one of you has. 2007 was a decent year for the Polish driver, with the exception of the huge accident he had in Canada, where he was replaced for a few races by Sebastian Vettel. So, if my calculations are correct, Jacques Villeneuve is single-handedly responsible for starting the careers of Robert Kubica and Sebastian Vettel. 2008 was the first of 3 major comebacks this man had in his career. After crashing heavily last year in Canada, he came back next year, benefited from the Hamilton-Rosberg-Raikkonen accident in the pit lane, and won his first and only Grand Prix of his career, even going as far as leading the World Championship for a small part. 2009 and 2010 were a bit weird because BMW Sauber were a bit shit for 2009, and Renault wasn't exactly championship contenders in 2010. So poor old Robert was out of the limelight where he most definitely deserved it. In 2011, he was poised to do another year with Renault, but in February of 2011, he was involved in a major accident in the Ronde d'Andorra rally, in which his right arm was partially amputated. The accident put him out of the 2011 F1 season, and his career in Formula 1 took a very abrupt and bitter end. The second of his comeback came when, even despite breaking his leg after the injury, he competed in the Ronde Gomitolo di Lana and won it by a whole minute. Robert Kubica is a goddamn legend, but the talks of racing in Formula 1 were long but finished at this point, only leaving rumours, speculation, and reminiscing of what once was, or what could have been. The talks of Formula 1 were finished. DYWB, do you want to bet? Cause guess who decided to test for Renault this year? Robert, the god among men, Kubica! And he's going to test after the Hungarian Grand Prix as well! So, the rumours of whether he'll stay in Formula 1 are still roaming around the place like a fly that just won't go out the fucking window. But let's hope that with a little dash of rose-tinted glasses, we can see him back in racing form. So, that's about it for today. Join us next time where I say something remotely unfunny to finish off a subpar video. You're gonna carry that weight.